Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me. I am super excited to bring you the first video in our collab for Christmas in July. Today I'm going to be making a few cards that focus on the sentiment, and it's this sentiment that I'm using today, Let It Snow. This is a lawn fawn die. It is called Giant Let It Snow. Imagine that. So I went ahead and ran a couple of these already. I went ahead and did a few, but the ones I'm going to be using today are these that are made on mirror cardstock or like silver foil cardstock. And I just use whatever the Recollection brand is that I have in my stash. And we're going to be doing a couple of different things today. I'm going to be stenciling on white and on black paper using both this Brutus Monroe Alabaster and a Versamark Dazzle. The Versamark Dazzle is does exactly what the Versamark does, except it has a little bit of a sparkle in it, like a fine glitter almost. So with our two inks, I am using this scrapbook.com Mod Astrisk Stencil. It is exactly what it says, Mod Astrisk, but it also looks kind of like a Mod snowflake to me. So let me tape this down, and what I'm going to be using today, instead of using the normal blending tool that I use, I'm going to try out these detail blending tools. So I think that they might not only give me a little more control, but I'm thinking that because it's so small it might use less ink, because I'm going to get less ink in random places that I don't want it. So I already cut these pieces down to 3 3/4 by 5, and I am going to go ahead and tape down my stencil at the top here. I'm just going to kind of set this at an angle, kind of where I like where the little images are, or the little design is. I'm going to open these up. If you've tried these before and had a successful journey, let me know in the comments below. This is going to be my first time trying them. Let's see here. I'm going to start off with this Dazzle on the black cardstock. And let's see here. It might be easy. Oh, I do see that it's getting down there because I can see that the dazzle's around the image, or the design again. So I don't know how much I need to use, though. If you're familiar with the Versamark as a watermark ink, it takes a while. It kind of darkens and becomes more prominent as it dries. So I'm not sure that this is the right tool or not, this blending tool. So I like the feel of these little tools. Oh, but I just lost my felt. I know that there's a felt on the other end, but I fear that that's going to happen again on the other side. So let me grab a foam and use my regular method. Excuse me. And I'm just going to kind of, instead of blending it, just pounce it through the stencil here. All right, so let me bring this up here. That is what the dazzle does. So it will also get a little darker and a little more permanent as it dries. It's still wet, but the what you're seeing is not just the kind of reflection, but also whatever the shimmer is that's in there. So it's much like if I were to use like a Wink of Stella or a shimmer pen through the stencil. So that's pretty cool. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this white and see how that turns out. So now that I have the dazzle down, I adjusted the stencil, and I'm going to go ahead and use some of this Distress Oxide Hickory Smoke, which is a gray color, to just kind of give it a little more something. I'm not going to try to make the gray super dark. I'm not going to layer it a bunch. I just wanted some contrast between the Dazzle Versamark and, you know, the fact that it is a white cardstock. So I'm not working very hard, just want to get some extra color in this little shape down. There's a little spot here that I interested in getting some more down. Okay. So now I have my two background pieces. I'm going to get them matted up and onto the card. Okay. I went ahead and took some of the foil cardstock that I cut this from and used it as an A2 mat. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, 4 by 5 1/4, 3 3/4 by 5. We're just going to layer them up here. And let's see. This way. And this die I found was not too bad with the fine metal tip on my art glitter glue to just lay a bead across almost all of it. And this one I'm going to do landscape. Woo! Lucky that landed on the right side, or the other side. The wrong side. So I'm just going to put this down here, like so. Line this up a little bit if possible. And we have one card done. Let me grab the others. Okay, so here's the card that we just completed. I did end up going back with the white pigment ink through the same stencil, just kind of offset of the Versa Dazzle. I just needed it to be a little more prominent. Here is one that I did the same style with the mirror card in portrait. And then I just had done a couple more in some alternate colors. This is a plain white cardstock. And I think when I move this one around, you can kind of see the dazzle that's back there. Then this one I just did with the gray, the hickory smoke. This one is the same, but I used some of the black, and really what I did is I used the blending foam that I use for reverse stenciling, and I just used the ink that was on it. I didn't even re-ink it or anything. So there's that one. And then this last one I really love, and I wish I would have done some more like this, but I definitely will. I really love a circle to kind of highlight things, offset things. I use this, I think it's a 3.5-inch circle punch, so many times in crafting. You could probably you know, see like a quarter of my projects. I fit this in somewhere to kind of give a background, a spotlight. Now joining me for week 1 in our Christmas in July papercraft collab are 4 really creative, really talented individuals, and I will link all of their videos down below. One from Yvette Olia Creates, one from Kim Dixon Creative, one from Joy Wilson Inc., and another from Penny Stone. And they are all very talented ladies, and I would love it if you would give them some love. Check out their videos and their projects, and give them some likes and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching another video, and don't forget, safety first. Merry Christmas in July.